What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Couch Coaches Podcast. It's week 5 of the NFL season, which means we got some banger games, and we've got it all for you. We're going to have your winners of the week, all the teams that are going to win this weekend. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button right now so you can track with us the whole season to see how many we're getting right and see out of me and Shane who can get the most right. All right, let's get into it and enjoy the video.
All right, so what do we got?
All right, Vikings at Browns. It is an international game
In London.
In London.
Yeah, I would take. I honestly think I'm taking Vikings. I think the Vikings are beating the Browns. The reason why, they were just playing in Dublin, so I think they're used to it over there. You know, they don't have to go through that jet lag, and I think they need to win this game. So I got Vikings beating the Browns, especially with that loss to the Steelers this past week.
I agree. I would say Vikings Browns for pretty much the same reasons. I also just like the Vikings over the Browns. I think the Browns defense is good, but
Dylan Gabriel starting as well.
Yeah, I think the Vikings are just going to be too good for them and too much to handle. We got Cowboys at Jets. You kind of hinted at your pick earlier, but Cowboys at Jets.
Cowboys at Jets. I'm taking your New York Jets. I really am. I honestly think they're going to put it together. I think they're going to play a clean game. I think the Dallas defense is just going to suffer all game, and I think the Jets are going to come away with 2 key turnovers or 1 key turnover that is just going to swing the game in their direction. So I got your New York Jets. Hit the money line. That's big money.
I think that's absolutely ridiculous. I think the Cowboys walk into New York. They're very familiar with winning there after beating the Giants all those times. I think the Cowboys are going to walk in there and beat the Jets, no problem. Next, we got Giants at Saints.
Giants at Saints. I think Jackson Dart rides his momentum. He's going to continue to roll. I think he's going to get more throws, some more shots down the field that he's going to hit. I think the Giants are going to beat the Saints by 10 to 14 points. I'm going with your New York Giants. Playoff bound, baby.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Saints are just not good in any way, shape, or form. I think that the Giants walk in there. Their defense is too good. With their D-line, I think they're going to get pressure on Rattler. Mm-hmm. I think they're going to cause him problems, and I think their offense is going to have no problem running over the Saints. And so I expect Cam Scatterbo to have a big game, and I expect Dart to look good again in his second game.
Yeah.
Next, we got Raiders at Colts.
Raiders at Colts. We're going with your Las Vegas Raiders, boys. We are spamming that money line on those Las Vegas Raiders. Colts are playing really well. They really are. But I think this comes to an end. It is going to be the Ashton Genty show. He's going to be running all over these boys. Let's see how Crosby gets to Daniel Jones, because we all know when Daniel Jones faces pressure, he collapses. I'm going with your Raiders.
Yeah, I completely disagree. I think Indiana back at home, they just lost last week, starting off the season 3-0, then you lose your first game. I think it's kind of like all right, let's do this. I think they're going to come back. Vegas is riding that high with Genty, and I think Genty just has problems with them. I think in the exact opposite way, I think Jonathan Taylor runs all over the Las Vegas Raiders this week. And I look for the Indiana Colts to handle business here. Next one, interesting matchup. 2 bad teams. Dolphins at Panthers.
Dolphins at Panthers. I personally think with the Tyreek Hill injury, that really does hurt the Dolphins. I actually like the Panthers. They're a really weird team. I think they play well at home. I think they take them down. I think they take them down actually fairly easy. I'm going with the Panthers money line.
I think that the Panthers, their win against the Falcons was a complete fluke. It was a division game. It was a lot of extra stuff that go into it, and Bryce Young always loves to play good against the Atlanta Falcons, as we saw in Week 18 last year. I think Miami, they got too much talent outside of Tyreek Hill with Devon Achane, Jalen Waddle. Waller looked good last week. And so I think the Dolphins travel well. It's still hot out, and so I think Dolphins go in there and they get a statement win over the Panthers. Next one, big game. We got Broncos at Eagles.
This is probably the hardest one of the week. for it being at the Eagles. I think the Eagles. I think they're just too good, to be honest with you. I think they beat the Broncos, and I think Saquon's going to have a really big game.
Yeah, I agree. As much as I want to root against the Eagles, I think they just keep finding ways to win. I think Denver has, in my opinion, they've looked shaky a little bit this season. I just think the Eagles have no problem with them, to be honest. In Philadelphia, I think the Eagles beat them no problem this week. Next one, last 1 p.m. game, we got the Houston Texans going to the Ravens.
That's a hard one. Lamar Jackson obviously out. Because of that reason, I'm going to go with the Houston Texans. I think C.J. Stroud's going to have a big game. I'm going to go hit the money line on the Houston Texans. I think this is a time where the Ravens are weak, and I think the Texans are going to take advantage of that.
Yeah, I actually disagree with you in this one. I think that Cooper Rush is going to come in there. He's shown he can win football games with the Dallas Cowboys. As a backup, he's a good backup. I think that he's going to come in there. The Ravens are desperate for a win. They cannot fall to 1-4. You're at home. I think they come out firing. I think the Ravens defense picks it up in this one, and I think the Ravens end up getting a win in this one. Now to the 4:00 slot. Titans at Cardinals.
Cardinals, for obvious reasons. Hit the money line. Probably not going to make much money, but hit the money line.
Yeah, keep it short and sweet. Yeah, the Titans are terrible. Probably.
They're probably the worst team.
Probably the least talented team in the
Yeah.
NFL outside of Jeffrey Simmons on that D line.
Yeah.
Cam Ward has shown a lot, but he really has no one to throw to. We thought Calvin Ridley had some talent, and it seems like, I don't know, he seems like he's playing like a high schooler right now.
Yeah.
He's not good. Running back Tony Pollard is not very good either, it doesn't seem.
No.
I thought he was going to be consistent. They've just got too many holes. I think there's zero chance that they win. I think the Cardinals, Marvin Harrison had a big game, and I think Marvin Harrison's going to continue to look to build on it. Trey Benson looking to build on that, and I think they got no problems in this one.
Pray for Cam Ward.
Buccaneers at Seahawks.
That's a good game. Seahawks, Seattle's always a hard place to play. I have the Seahawks because of it. I think the Buccaneers are going into Seattle and losing that game. I think Seattle's going to start figuring things out, especially at home, and I think they're going to take the dub over the Buccaneers.
I think it's Buccaneers football all day this week. I think that they're coming off an L to the Eagles. I think they're going to come out looking to get back in the winning circle. I think that the Steelers notoriously are known for the 12th man, but I think that hasn't been a factor recently in recent years. They haven't won at home very well. They haven't been as consistent, and I don't see that. I see that trend continuing. I see the Buccaneers going in there. Baker looks good. I think they're going to get back, and they're going to have a good game. Next one, Lions at Bengals.
Lions. No Joe Burrow, no fun, no win. Simple as that. Lions money line.
Yeah, Bengals without Joe Burrow cannot win a game. Jake Browning is not it. Their defense is not it.
Yep.
And I think the Lions might beat them. The Lions, take the Lions over in this one. Their team over. They're going to put up points in a hurry, and it's going to get ugly real quick. The Lions scored, 2 50-point games last year. They've already got one this year. I think this is another 50-point outing from the Lions.
Yeah.
Commanders at Chargers.
Chargers, no Jaden Daniels, no fun, no win. It's as easy as that. It's as simple as that. Chargers are coming off a hard loss to those New York Giants. They're going to go play the Commanders, play them tough, play them hard, and they're going to get the win.
Yeah, I agree. I think Jaden Daniels is not ruled out yet for the game. It's not official that he's not out. Obviously, they've shown that they don't look great with Marcus. And yeah, I think for the same reason that I think the Chargers are looking to get back on track. They're going home. I think Amari and Hampton looked great.
Yeah.
I think they still got so many options, and Ladd needs to step up at some point. And I think the Chargers win this one, no problem. Bills and Patriots in Buffalo, Sunday night game.
So The Bills are a very good team. Josh Allen's arguably one of the best quarterbacks in the league. He's been playing really well of late. The Bills look pretty good. Some are saying they're going to go undefeated. Patriots don't, have shown signs of promise, and they've also shown signs of struggle. So I'm going to make the pick pretty easy. I'm going with the New England Patriots. The New England Patriots are beating them by probably 10 points. They're going to go into Buffalo and they're going to take them out. They're going to leave no hostages. They are going to make it ugly. They're gonna wreak havoc on Josh Allen and the Bills offense. I'm not kidding it. They just beat a team 41-13. They have some momentum. Drake May looks really good. They're gonna curb stomp those Bills. Put it down now. Trust me and thank me later.
I think that couldn't be farther from the truth. I think the Bills handle business. I think there's absolutely no issues. I think there's nothing more to say besides Bills are winning. You're not going to get your money's worth because the money line is going to be like minus 500. But the Bills are going to win, and don't try and be a hero this week against them. And then we got the Monday night game this week: Chiefs at Jaguars. Last one. Who we taking?
Very good game. I just don't trust Trevor Lawrence, to be honest with you. I love Trevor Lawrence. I really do. Followed him in college. Thought he was the truth. Still think he's good, but it's Mahomes we're talking about. They're hungry. They want to win. I think they're playing much better of late and coming off a good win against the Ravens. So I think they're going to continue that, and I think they're going to beat the Jaguars. And I think they're going to do it quite easily.
Yeah, I think this one's pretty easy. I think the Chiefs are starting to look a lot better. I think those first two games were flukes. I think the Chiefs are still that team. And I think they're going to come out and beat the Jaguars, no problem. So I take the Chiefs money line in this one.
All right, there you have it. Those are the Week 5 winners in the NFL. Let us know down in the comments what you guys think. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching.